very intentional about which pockets of people you hang out with, because that'll totally change everything about your experience and what kind of tools you'll have after you graduate. Maybe a week isn't a big deal, but a week turns to 2 weeks, turns to a month, turns into a year, turns into 4 years, and before you know it, you know, the time how you spent it is how you spent it. So I sort of did my best to hang out with the pockets of people who were, interested in really making a positive impact after they graduated. And of course, I had my fun too. You can't like be or I felt that I couldn't be too obsessive, otherwise I might go a little crazy because the classes are so intense enough that it's good to unwind a little bit. But yeah, I liked the my friends who were focused, and I also liked my friends who liked to have fun. And I gravitated towards MLS because of Arno's philosophy of healing, I guess you could say. For those who, I don't know if you've talked to MLS to your people, are they familiar, or can I talk a little bit about that also? Okay, cool. So for those that aren't familiar with MLS, it's sort of the brainchild, if you will, of Arno Bernier, and he's one of the greatest chiropractors I think that's ever lived, maybe. And his philosophy is, to sort of get it in dense chunks, healing instead of focusing on enhancing the healing instead of focusing on fighting the disease. That made a lot of sense to me. Number two is being gentle with your approach, like your hands-on approach, like when you touch somebody, to be gentle instead of to be like forceful and like, yeah, forceful. Being gentle instead of being forceful. And listening, he emphasized listening so much, and that just makes sense to me. Like, you have to listen before you can know what to do, and trusting your ability to listen, and then doing adjustments in a very specific way. That's maybe like a if yeah, a quick rundown of the MLS philosophy, and all of those points just really resonated with me a lot. And so I spent every week for a good 3.5 years at the MLS club, and then I went to the seminars, of course, and stuff, and it was great. The culture there was awesome, so positive, so welcoming, like just really great people. I find go to MLS club, or Love Club as some people call it. This is one of my favorite clubs I participated in, and I did quite a few, but that's one of the ones that's most near and dear to my heart for sure.
And can you maybe just speak about how you found John, who connected us, and where you were at in life when you discovered him, and maybe how his work relates to MLS, and just kind of how you moved from graduating into the real world? Did you practice? You got into teaching more anatomy. Can you kind of break that down too?
Sure. So John Martinez, another mutual friend of ours, uh, might have had just as big of an impact on me as Arno did. Um, I found John's work, I don't know, maybe like halfway through my time in school,